Good evening, everyone. Allow myself to introduce myself. For I am Bluestreak Spider 34. And tonight, I'm going to be reading certain things tonight. Some are a mixture of an actual story, a poem, and possibly an expression of a poem. Now, before I begin these little stories, I just want to make sure that you guys are very comfortable. If you're looking to hear more of kind of things like stories and kind of me doing readings, you can find it on my YouTube channel, The Bluestreaks Web, which there will be a description to the actual playlist. Now, one of the things I'd like you to do is primarily get yourself settled, to sit down, or even possibly have a lie down, since this is not going to be a very loud toned or changing voices kind of stories or poems. So you could either just listen to this by listening to me either with your eyes open or closed, and you get to either just watch me reading these stories out and poems. I think I'm going to start with a poem first. Hopefully that will be a very good start. Now, I wrote these back when in the early 2006, one of them was anyway. Let's see. Yes, it was 2006, so when I was very young. And we also have, oh, it doesn't say a date. These are obviously when I was very younger and I liked writing. But we're getting off track, which we don't want. So, as long as you're still with me, that's perfect. So the titles of these stories and poems, one is known as Experiment Gemini. One, and of course, this is more of a spooky kind of one, The Darkness. Now, I think we will start with Experiment Gemini. This was a little project I did back in the day at college. So, Experiment Gemini. 22 years ago, mankind started early stages of human evolution, beyond human thresholds. A power to energize the body with the strength of a good and justice. The early test results showed a promising start, so approved by the government to continue their experiments. In 1984, they attempted to create the project, codename Project Super Justice. The readings proved positive and managed to bring the being into existence. Pulse was steady, mind superior, body strong and agile fast, capable of reaching speeds near Mach 1. The experiment woke, and it seemed that it was a success. But as the tests proceeded, SJ became angered and chaotic, using his powers and speed for evil purposes. And thus so, SJ was no more. He was now known as Rage Doom, swearing to destroy the world due to his imprisonment and continuous poking and prodding of the scientists' experiments. He blasted himself into the higher reaches of space and altered the trajectory of the comet, aka Blackgate. Thanks to the combined assistance of the city's governments and national nations, they did luckily manage to incapacitate the being into a stasis pod, praying that they had sealed the enraged demon for all time. The project would have ended there, but circumstances intervened. Rage Doom's actions in space had altered Blackgate, and in 23 years it would crash into the Earth unless it would be destroyed or its course was altered. The research program had knew that the pod would not hold Rage Doom forever, due to certain flaws of its time. It would only delay his return to the Earth, so they requested to study him and gain the knowledge and possibility to recreate the Savior, whom he would be able to stand up to Rage Doom and protect the Earth without any side effects. 2 years passed. Studies studied the being thoroughly, even down to his genetic markings, to help determine what had caused him to twist in time with no success. However, they did manage to find ways to improve the procedure. When they tried to experiment again, there would be a 14% chance that the subject would go rogue or chaotic, with the destructive tendencies to follow the same path as SJ. This project was known as SG, known as Subject Gemini. The attempt was made on the 20th of May, 1986. Wonder why that was. The procedure took 23 hours and 50 minutes. The being known as Subject Gemini woke up proving to have the same physical attributes as SJ, but behavior patterns were more unique, entirely different. They shared the same human qualities. Gemini showed the adventurous and the carefree mind while showing true signs of humanity within his abilities. As they developed more over time, so hopefully one day he could fulfill his role as the savior of the Earth. Do you think he shall? Only one way to know. The end. So, that was Project Gemini. What do you guys think? A very intriguing story that I wrote. Very dark. Like, it does have that quite, because obviously it has that lot of feel like Sonic Adventure 2, kind of. But that's okay. I was younger then. I wrote that because I was just in that big kind of weird space. So we are going to read this story known as The Darkness. Now, The Darkness, from what I gather, was more of an experience I had of being down this dark stairs, this corridor, and this was back in 2000, and apparently it was on the 10th of February or the 2nd of, it would have been the 2nd of October 2006, it seems, because also the darker nights and stuff like that. And when I was younger, I had a bit of an experience not liking the dark too much. But in saying that, let's read out The Darkness. So I'll let you guys get settled once again. And here we go. The Darkness. In the dark, my door begins to open, my eyes focus to the task at hand. As I climb down the stairs, creaking as I have taken each step, my heart starts to beat harder, faster, as I reach the curve in the wall. I see that the doorway that leads to the darkness. I shudder as I pull the bolt from the door. As I pull the stubborn door, all I see is the dark stairs that lead on and on and on. The sense overwhelms me. My breathing makes me feel like I'm suffocating in the dark clouds that reach out. I reach for my torch, but fails to light the path ahead, barely slashing through the mist and the mystery. I walk down the stone stairs. As I proceed, I feel colder and feel whisked into another place. No light ventures beyond the darkened steps. It seems like a place all my nightmares and fears have become true. As the walls then seem to close behind me, the darkness has now fresh food to consume. Cuddled and crouched in fear, praying for hope, all I can see is the pain and death, for my task was doomed to fail. Forever I am tainted by the dreadful night. All I could hope that the light could shine so bright to burn that which lives within us all. And that was done by myself on the 2nd of October 2016. That's a very scary story. That's a very scary story. Indeed. Now, we're going to move on to the final story. And this story, like a little poem, should I say, is called One. So, here it goes. The sky is dark, but a sense of brightness can be felt throughout my soul. My eyes are open to the things I couldn't see. It was only a matter of time until my emotions would surface to release the sense of purpose. I need no weapons to do what I need to do. I can use my mind and my body to solve the problems that could arise in the near future. Nobody knows what they're supposed to do and what to say in it, but it comes in time. I used to support myself without a partner, which was fine for a while, but now I want something more, to see what I see, to care for me as I would care for them. I would foresee them as being equal, one body, one mind, one soul. One. And that was one. A little story I wrote there, a little poem kind of thing. It's not, like I says, these kind of things really aren't poems per se, but little stories nevertheless. So, what did you guys think? I really enjoyed those, and I hope you guys did too. And if you do like me reading little stories or hope me to read more stories in the future, why not give me a wee comment below. You guys have been absolutely lovely. I appreciate you even checking out this little video with me. And I hope you have a lovely evening. Till then, relax, think about what I've said, and have a pleasant night.